Dude's got his own elevator.
Welcome to episode 21, Activated Adventures.
Where the Goza's on the go.
Nope, you are not Mr. Edison. All right, today we are off to see Edison National Park and Laboratory.
Yes, Edison's laboratory complex. He had a complex.
It's in Orange, New Jersey, and we've never been here before, so don't know what we're gonna see other than stuff that Edison probably invented and places that he worked.
And his tools and workshop and benches and, I don't know, maybe some of his waste papers so we can see his scrap plans. I don't know.
We'll find out.
He cited the research and development of his career for about 40 years of his life, from 1887 onwards until he passed away in 1931. Feel free to tour around the laboratory in case it is self-guided.
Did you know that Thomas Edison was one of the first movie producers? He is the one that really kind of made things so that we could have film and in addition to light and sound. And this, we are about to see one of the very first movie studios.
He produced The Great Train Robbery in 1903, which was one of the early breakthroughs in silent film.
Yep.
Now, this is very interesting. We just saw this on film.
This is the Black Maria, world's first motion picture studio, and it is made so that you can move it around to follow the sun. And this is actually a replica of it, but it is what it looked like.
That's a very good resemblance. We actually saw a video of the actual thing. This looks it's a good special effect. Good recreation.
So the top would open up and let the sunlight in up there. I wish we could go inside and see it.
Yeah.
That's what I really wanted to do, but I think it's fascinating that it's kind of like on railroad tracks coming around on the planks there.
Now, they called it the Black Maria for one thing because it has black paper on the inside and outside, but also, at the time, Black Maria was slang for two things, a funeral hearse and a paddy wagon, both of which this kind of looked like.
Ah, okay. I don't know that you want to say like it's a hearse, like
No, but it kind of looks
but it
like
just resembles it in the way it looks. Okay. So that is the Black Maria, world's first motion picture studio.
The most amazing things about that demonstration was learning what was involved in making a recording. The performers would be on a platform, even the pianist, and the platform would be on rollers, so it would be moved around. They were on a dolly, moved closer and farther away from the big horn that captured the sound. And if there were singers, they would just have to jump in and out. Really amazing. You would think that this horn would pick up the sound of the dollies moving, but apparently not.
Now entering the photo department at Edison National Lab, and this is a movie camera. You can kind of move it up and down on the track to zoom in, zoom out. And then they have a dark room over here. This is more of the office-y area, I suppose. And this in here is the dark room where they would develop film. Kind of cool to be here where all of the magic happened, and we have so much nowadays because of what happened in the Thomas Edison National Laboratory, well, Thomas Edison Laboratory.
Look at this. This is a prototype of a record player with an automatic changer. This was built in 1927.
Whoa. Is the press machine shop. Machinists would work here and build prototypes and test ideas of what's going to work the best. Talk about magic. That's right where it happened, right here. You have to make the machines to make the machines. Just wonder what they all did. And you got, oh, look at the belts up there, cranks to move everything. So you know what, like if you wanted to move one thing, make one thing happen, everything is turned on, right? Because they're all connected, or could you kind of like disconnect one of the machines, or you know, turn it off at some point? Because you got everything cranking, it's all on belts. We did it, we did it. We invented the first motion picture camera.
Oh, that's very good news, very good news. But I'll hear about it later. Right now, I'm thinking about inventing a chin support so I don't have to hold up my face all the time.
What do we have here? Oh, a laboratory. This is the science lab. This would be where all of the ideas were put onto paper and sketched out before they were built and created.
They respected each other's accomplishments. And there's a lot of examples. All that whole rivalry between them is largely an internet invention. It's largely exaggerated. You know, because Tesla kind of became almost forgotten. He was kind of rediscovered. And he's a cool guy. He's a genius. He was not respected in his own time. You know, so the fact that they're both electrical geniuses, people kind of like, oh, Tesla died poor, broken, alone, and kind of crazy. Edison died rich and famous, and, you know, they must have done something to each other, but they didn't. You know, after they parted ways, you know, they're relatively amicable. And the important thing to remember is the AC-DC conflict. Tesla did not invent AC, and Edison did not invent DC. What they both did was invent better ways of generating it and using it.
You are too sloppy, Tom. How do you ever find things in this mess?
Well, I'll have you know that I have 10,093 inventions. How many do you have? You just kissed me. That was very nice of you.
Don't talk about numbers.
Oh yeah, and those are my U.S. inventions, not my worldwide inventions. Let's see, my last count, you have, oh yeah, about 300.
Oh yeah? Well, can you grow a mustache like this? Can you? There, I won.
No, you didn't.
Yep, I did.
No, I won.
I did.
I won!
Yeah, you're welcome. It's
It's pretty amazing because just about everything that you see here today is original. I think the curators tell us about 98% of what you see today is original. Right on down to the bottles, the jars, even the chemicals in those jars, those are all original.
Wow.
So that's what's so unique about the site, that it's not a reproduction or a replica of things that you're seeing. These are the original things that were left behind. And that's what makes this museum so unique.
That's astounding.
Yeah, right. It's like time just stopped here, and this is what was left here. And I think it's great that his two sons, Charles and Theodore, are the ones that do this. They realize that there's nothing left going on here, but there is an amazing story that needs to be told here. What Edison sets up here in 1887, the start of research and development, and how they are approaching this whole problem here and what he's setting on up. I think this facility, what we have here, this is probably one of Edison's greatest inventions, this idea of research and development, of having all of these resources available, I mean, I'll say under one roof, even though there are many different buildings here, but it's all right here, right? Very little is being outsourced from here. It is all being done right here on the site. And that's what's so unique about this place. This is what he sets in motion, that, you know, here we are 131 years later, still using the same approach as we're doing research and development.
Oh, you can smell it.
So they made the molds out of wood, the patterns out of wood, and then used those to make molds and cast the real thing.
We just came from the chemistry lab, and we're learning about how he was trying to invent rubber, plant-based rubber, so it wouldn't have to be imported. We make a latex out of goldenrod. Goldenrod, right. Just found out women were definitely working here. Big part of what went on. Girl power. Back here, we've got the coat rack with their lunch boxes on the top. Oh, we saw a lot today, but this is really only a small portion of what is left of Thomas Edison's laboratories. 13 buildings were burnt down. He did a little bit of rebuilding, but couldn't rebuild it all. And so a lot was lost, but this is still incredible. 10,000 people used to work here, and then as the time went on and we dwindled down, he would sell off businesses that weren't as profitable.
It was a city peopled by mechanics and engineers and researchers.
We were able to tour Thomas Edison National Park because we have a
National Park Pass.
A National Park Pass, which is something you really might want to consider investing in. There are many, many great national parks all over the country, and they don't just include things like Yosemite, which are also great, but they also include some of these historic sites.
Yes. So check it out and make sure that you follow us on our website, our new website, activatedadventures.com. Catch you next week.
Bye.